Yo, hope you man are doing well. I'm back with another one. And today's video we're gonna be talking about like about reactions. About reactions. Like you control how you react to whoever it is. Give me 1 second, I think I have done this video before. You know I did. Yeah, man. Like you control how you react to things. Like whatever it is. Whether that comes down to, oh, he stepped on my foot, let me box him in his face or box him in his jaw. Like you control whatever it is. Like you control how you react to it. Some people out there, like they look for trouble like intentionally. And man, not that I do that. Not that I don't do that either. But it's one of those things where you just have to control how you react. Because let me paint you a picture. Alright, so last semester I was in London and we were in film class. Yeah, this was a crazy one. Yeah, so we're in film class and the class is going on, and during the class we are divided into 2 groups. One of us are in the group, some of us are in one of the groups, some of us are in the other group. Well, that's how 2 groups work. Don't mind me explaining that. But then Shasha, I came late to class that day, so as I'm walking into the class, they're already going into the right group, the left group, and then I pull up, I see the first group, I see the second group. The second group is looking like, if any drama's gonna happen today, it's gonna be that second group. And I don't like drama, man. But I went to the second group, of course, because why not, man? So I get into the second group, and then prior to like me coming, or at least just right as I was entering to the class, the teacher made like a joke with one of the guys in the class and was like, yeah, like he's the king because he's used to the film class. So we get into the class and we're sitting down we're supposed to recreate a picture. So essentially we have the cameras and we're supposed to recreate a picture, the same angle, lighting and everything. I already missed the entire bit of the lighting class. So when they walk in, I'm like, I can't do lighting. So me and one of the guys, we sit down with one of the girls in the class and then we're like trying to pick out the picture. What we don't know is that in that same class, in that same group, some other people are beside us also trying to pick a picture. So people are trying to pick a picture here sitting down and then here to our left. And then you have the guy who the teacher called like the king because he's used to this stuff. He was like, all right, we're gonna do this, this and this. But then he had like a very commanding tone where it was like, all right, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this. And people, no one appreciated just being policed around. So people were like, you can't just tell us what to do and not do anything. And then he's looking around like, no, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, you're gonna do this. And then one of the girls is like, just stop yapping and do something, because he wasn't doing anything. And then one of the guys, and then you might know how I was in school, at least you might not went to school with me. So you might know that like when I hear like trouble, I might hear like I got fuel for the fire, and that's it. And don't get me wrong, it's not good to do that. But sometimes like it just livens the class, you know what I mean? Like sometimes class be so boring that you just need to create drama, or you just need to make it less boring. I don't condone drama whatsoever, man. I do not mean that, but drama. So Shasha, so he throws a fit, and then one of the guy beside me that were deciding on the picture stands up and says, oh, you guys are deciding on the picture? Alright, he told the guy that was the quote-unquote king guy to be like, yo, how about you sit down and we take the picture of you and like we like arrange it as well. And he was like, no, like they told me to control. Low-key, they may have told him something else. And maybe he felt like he just needed to lead the entire thing. But the way that he came across was very rude and commanding, and it was like, we're all mates, so you need to behave yourself, because you don't know what the next man's gonna do. So now it's like there's a bunch of chaos in the class. He's arguing with people. Stuff is happening, and I kept saying like, yo, just sit down, man, just shut up and sit down. And I'm like, I'm probably sitting down relaxed, but I'm just instigating the whole thing because like, why not? So it's happening. He gets like pissed. But then instead of take it out on everybody else, he just took it out on me, man. He was like, yo, shut the fuck up, like straight to me, man. Man, it didn't hurt my feelings because low-key, I could've, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm not an advocate for violence. I'm not an advocate for people's negative energy. So obviously, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna laugh it off because that whole situation was too funny. So I laugh it off. He gets pissed. He dips from the class. We sort out the entire thing, do the picture. Teacher walks in. It's like, oh, like, you know, so there's tension in the class. He's like, oh, what happened? And then everyone's looking at the guy like, are you gonna like say something? Are you gonna say like, you're going to make it look as if you've done nothing wrong? And he just kept quiet. And then he left. He left the class entirely. So we did the whole picture. We leave the class, and then class was over. So we finished the picture. We submitted it and everything. Well, now we're submitting the camera equipment back to the place. So we're in a hallway, all standing in the hallway, waiting to drop the camera equipment. And he's like, yo, we're talking about what happened, obviously, because, you know, when something happens, you can't just talk about it, but just about immediately after. So me and a few of the guys and a few of the girls are talking about it. And then while we're talking about it, he walks up behind me. And you know one of them things in the movies where it's like, oh, he's behind me, innit? So we're talking about it, and I'm like, why does man get quiet? And one of them is like, yo, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna talk about it whether he's behind me or not. Because it was too funny. I'm not gonna let this guy take me for do you know what I'm saying? I'm not letting this product take me for some sort of pussy or, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah. Like, we're gonna talk about that. What's he gonna do? When I'm done talking about it, then I'm done. If I'm not done, he can be behind me. I'm still gonna talk about it. That doesn't bother me. So he's behind me for a bit. I'm like, you want something? Like, he walks through. He's like, no. He walks through, and then he's like, yeah. Like, I want to talk to you. I'm like, all right. Give me a moment. So we finished talking, and then I walk up to him, still in the same hallway. So the whole class is still there pretty much. So I'm in there. He's like, yo, like, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? You know what you were doing? You were looking for trouble, or something like that. And I was like, it doesn't matter what I've done at the end of the day, because you offended some people, and I just don't. I'm not somebody who would just look for trouble just for the sake of looking for trouble. I am, but just in that case, no, I didn't. So it's like, yo, don't even come on some sort of madness over here. So I'm like, yo, you decided to react how you decided to react. You decided to allow yourself to get pissed off. You decided to allow yourself to scream. You allowed yourself to look like you don't have any self-control in that moment. And he's still saying like, why did you interrupt me? And this is the part where like, I'm like, I know he's taking a piss. But he's like, why did you interrupt me? Why did you interrupt me? And I'm like, what do you mean why didn't I interrupt you? We are mates. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Why did I interrupt you? If I'm gonna interrupt you, I'm gonna interrupt you, man. We're mates. It doesn't matter you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter, like, I don't know, like, what kind of bigoted, like, mindset you have. They're talking about why did I interrupt you, cuz? So, he's like, he says that, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna take this. So I'm like, don't talk to me that way. I'm not gonna put up with such behavior. Like, you can do that with everybody else. I'm just not gonna take it. So it's like, so then he starts getting pissed, even more pissed, and I'm telling him like, yo, you chose to react however you wanted to react. He's like, you made me react. And I'm like, no one can make you react like anything, man. You chose to allow yourself to get pissed off by the fact that no one was listening to you, and then you chose to lash out because no one took you seriously. And I was laughing like the entire time. So we submit our stuff, and then we go back to class really quick. So class is pretty much over, but it's like 5 more minutes. Teacher wants to say something really quick, and we did. So we go into class. As we walk inside, I'm like, the guy's still like shouting at me like, why didn't you interrupt me? Like, he's still going over that whole piece. So I'm like, what is this, man? So we walk inside, we're about to sit down. Teacher's trying to like get people's attention. I'm like, yo, like, shut up, man. Teacher's trying to chat. Let the teacher talk, and then we can talk about whatever it is later. And like, he was like he got like pissed in that moment. So I'm like, I'm not gonna apologize. No. Just didn't feel like apologizing. So we sat down, class finished, and he just dipped immediately after that. I was like, bro, are you not gonna talk about it or something? You're just dipping. So it was a whole thing where it's like, yeah, he allowed himself to like get so riled up, man. And You know, it's always mad, like when you give a story time, because this, I'm not giving a story for you guys to know who's right or who's wrong, because that doesn't matter. That really doesn't, that doesn't matter. I give it a story time just to tell you that he allowed himself to react. Like, you guys should be careful, because regardless of what the situation was, certain things will happen in life and you just can't control everything. So you have to take what you can. Take what you can. Yeah. You have to take what you can, and you know when to draw the line. But even when you draw the line, you have to make sure that when you draw the line, you draw it in a way that does not like pay you to be just a mad thing, bro. You can't be doing some mad things in public. I'm never like doing the mad things in public. Just like, you don't have to do the most, because in that moment he could have chosen to what? Just take a deep breath. I don't appreciate the way you're behaving, like talking straight to me. Like, I don't appreciate the way you're not taking me seriously, or you're making it out to be a joke. And I would have been like, maybe I wouldn't have listened, but then that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you can watch the way you watch the way that you react. Because, bro, at the end of the day, we could have a verbal argument, you could lash out, and what's the next thing? You're out of school, man. And you have to remember, if you lashed out, and let's say, God forbid, I lashed out too, and somebody's badly injured, you lashed out, man. Like, you threw the first blow. So you might have to be careful, because like in life, people are always there for their own best interest. And if your best interest is not aligned with their best interest, then they're not thinking about you. So just make sure that you react in a way that you deem fit. And don't allow somebody else to control how you behave. Because people always saying, he made me. He didn't make you do jack, man. Like, he didn't hold a knife to your throat talking about you didn't put a gun to your parents talking about you have to do A to Z. So all this, he made me know, man. You had a choice, and you chose to allow him to control you in that situation. And it's not even think when you allowed him to control you. You allowed him to dictate how you would behave, and he didn't even dictate it. You created that for yourself. And there are so many situations where people do this. So I would say you might just be careful about whatever it is. Yeah. We might have any like similar stories to like reactions, just put it in the comments, or we can talk about it. Yeah, we can always talk about it. So yeah, you might just be careful. Don't allow anger to control you, of course. Don't allow anger to control you. And just watch how you react, man. Yeah. You control how you act. And I can't remember how it was. I know there's some like really profound way of saying it. Like, was it Wayne Dyer or somebody that said that? Because my dad used to say it all the time. I can't remember right now. Yeah, I'm not going to pause the clip, try and find out, and resume the clip. Yeah. I'm not gonna do that. Because I feel like it's much more genuine for me to just record the video and put it out there. Not for me to record, pause, I do a bit of editing here and there, like put the music in there, but not much. I feel like this is where I want to leave it. So, hope you might have a good day, a good week, a good month, as the case may be. Yeah. So you might take care.